Dear children, now let us start with the next part of the chapter, the rat trap. And what you have been told here, just see to the text. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard regular thumping. So children, previously you have been told that the rat trap peddler had been diverted into the woods. He was thinking that he would be safer in that way. But ultimately he had been caught in the rat trap. And now he was thinking that it would not be easy for him to get out of that trap in which he has been caught. And what that trap was the trap of the forest. So ultimately he had been very tired. Ultimately he had really been exhausted. And then what he did? He just laid his head on the ground. He just laid his head on the ground. And as soon as he did so, he heard a sound, and that was the sound of a regular hard thumping. In this way, he heard the sound of a regular hard thumping. That kind of a sound he heard. And now he realized that there was something there. There was no doubt as to what that was. So now, he was clever enough to understand what that sound was. He was wise enough to understand what that sound was. He raised himself. Those are the hammer strokes from an iron mill. He thought there must be people nearby. So now, children, he realized that this sound must have been coming from an iron mill nearby. Those are the hammer strokes from an iron mill. So he realized that probably it is the sound that is coming out of an iron mill where iron is being thumped with the help of hammer. He realized that these are the sound of hammer strokes. That is what you have been told here. तो थोड़ा सा एक बार इसे हिंदी में देखिए. आपको बताया जा रहा है कि जिस तरीके से रेड ट्रैप पेडलर उस जंगल में फंस गया था, उसे कोई उम्मीद नहीं थी कि वो वहां से बाहर निकल पाएगा. और अब उसने निराश होकर के अपना सर जमीन पे रख दिया. ही लेड हिज हेड ऑन द ग्राउंड, कि उसने अपना निराश होकर के सर जमीन पे रख दिया. और तभी उसे एक रेगुलर थंपिंग की साउंड सुनाई दी. ही हर्ड द साउंड ऑफ अ रेगुलर थंपिंग, कि वो लगातार थप थप की आवाज़ सुनाई दी. और इसको सुन करके वो समझ गया कि ये साउंड आखिर किस चीज़ की है. उसे समझ में आया कि ये हैमर स्ट्रोक्स की साउंड है, बड़े बड़े हथौड़े से लोहे के पीटने की साउंड है, जो कि एक आयरन मिल से आ रही है. और उसने सोचा कि देयर मस्ट बी पीपल नियर बाई. ओके. He summoned all his strength, got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. So that is what you have been told here, children, that he summoned all his strength, that as soon as he came to know that he is nearby an iron mill, as soon as he realized that he was just in the vicinity of an iron mill, somehow he just collected his strength. That is the meaning of summoned up. That means that he collected up all his strength, got up, somehow he stood up and staggered in the direction of the sound. And then he started moving in the direction of the sound. Staggered means walked unsteadily, जिसको हम कहते हैं लड़खड़ाते हुए. तो इस तरीके से जब जैसे ही उसे ये समझ में आया कि वहां आसपास में कुछ है, तो तुरंत ही उसने किसी भी तरीके से अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को रिकलेक्ट किया. वो खड़ा हुआ और लड़खड़ाते हुए, स्टैगर्ड, ही मूव्ड अनस्टेडीली इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द साउंड. ओके. The Ramsau iron works, which are now closed down, were not so long ago. So what you have been told here, that there was definitely an iron mill there. And the name of this iron mill was the Ramsau iron mill, the Ramsau iron works. So now it was closed down, but not so long ago, that it was just a little time back that it had been shuttered down. Otherwise, just a short time back it was open. So now it is definitely closed, but not long ago it had been closed. Not long ago it had been shuttered down. So what you have been told here, that it was really a very big infrastructure. What you have been told here, that this Ramsau Iron Works was a very big infrastructure, a large plant with a smelter. So it has got everything that is supposed to be there in an iron mill. It has got a large plant with a smelter, rolling mill. So smelter, rolling mill, these are all the machinery. These are all the part of machinery that is used in an iron mill. So there was a rolling mill, there was a smelter probably for just melting down the iron ore and all these things. Rolling mill, the mill that is used for rolling the melted iron into the form of a sheet, that is a rolling mill. a machinery that is used for rolling melted iron into the form of a sheet. So that is what you have been told here. And a forge. So there would also have been a forge. Forge means a big chamber where the furnace is kept. That is called forge. Forge is a room-like chamber where the furnace is kept. That is called forge. तो आपने क्या देखा कि उसे ये समझ में आ गया कि पास में कुछ है और वो उसी साउंड की डायरेक्शन में आगे बढ़ गया. और ये जगह कौन सी थी? ये रामसो आयरन वर्क्स थी, जो कि अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर था, अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा इस्टेब्लिशमेंट था. यहाँ पे काफ़ी बड़े प्लांट्स लगे हुए थे, मैकेनिकल प्लांट्स आई मीन, स्मेल्टर, रोलिंग मिल, एंड देयर वाज अ फोर्ज. फोर्ज वो चैम्बर होता है जिसके अंदर फर्नेस या भट्ठी रखी होती है. In the summertime, long lines of heavily loaded barges and scows slid down the canal, which led to a large inland lake. So children, here it is necessary for you to understand, here it is necessary for you to realize that it was really a very big infrastructure. Because apart from all these machinery that was there was something else. There was a double channel of transportation. There was available the road transportation system as well as there was the water transportation system. So during the summertime, why during the summertime? Because during the summertime, the lake is not going to be frozen. The lake is going to remain melted during the summertime. So during the summertime, how the transportation was done? Long lines of heavily loaded barges. Barges are a kind of boats. Long lines of heavily loaded boats had been sailing into the canal. And all the canals were connected to a large inland lake. All the canals that were coming from different directions had been connected to one big inland lake. And that is how the water transportation system was carried out during the summertime. During the summertime, they had been making use of the water transportation system, and various canals that were coming from different directions. They were overloaded with barges. They were overloaded with boats that had got the iron ore and all these things, and they were used for the purpose of transportation. And all these lakes were connected to an inland lake, to a central lake. All these lakes that were coming from different directions, all these canals that were coming from different directions, they were connected to a central lake where the entire transportation material was collected. So this is how the transportation was done during the summertime. And during the winter time, the roads near the mill were black from the coal dust. And during the winter time, they had been conducting the transportation through the road transportation system. And that is why during the winter time, it was obvious to see the roads to have been blackened with coal powder. किस जाड़े के टाइम में तो कैनाल का पानी जम जाता था, तो उस समय रोड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम यूज होता था, और रोड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम यूज होने पर जो कोयले के बड़े बड़े झाबे, जो कोयले के बड़े बड़े क्रेट्स होते थे, उनसे कोल डस्ट रिस रिस करके सड़क पे गिरती थी, जिससे सड़कें काली हो जाती थी. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव बीन टोल्ड हियर. Coal dust which sifted down from the big charcoal crates. So it was the coal dust that had just been percolating down, that had just been sifting down, झरझर करके नीचे आती थी, जिससे सड़कें काली हो जाती थी. तो आपको क्या बताया गया कि वहां पे दो तरीके का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम था, वाटर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम एज वेल एज लैंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम. सो वाटर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम वाज यूज्ड ड्यूरिंग द समर टाइम because the canals were not frozen, and many canals were there that were all connected to a centralized canal that is called here as the centralized inland lake. That is how it has been called here, a centralized inland lake. So during the summer time, the transportation was done through the water transportation system, and during the winter time, when the canals were frozen, they were making use of the road transportation system, and the roads were blackened on account of the sifting of the dust powder. कि dust powder के झरने से सड़कें काली हो जाती थी. I hope the things are clear to you. Long dark evenings just before Christmas, the master smith and his helper sat in the forge near the furnace, waiting for the pig iron that had been put in fire to be ready to put on the anvil. So children, what you have been told here? During one of the long dark evenings, so as it was the winter season, the evenings were supposed to be longer and darker. So on one such evening, when the master smith means the master blacksmith, the head lohar, the master blacksmith, he had been sitting along with his helper, and they had been sitting in the forge. I have already told you that forge is the chamber, that is a room like chamber where the furnace is kept. So the master smith and his helper had been sitting in the forge near the furnace, and what they had been doing? They had been waiting for pig iron, they had been waiting for crude iron that had been put in fire to be brought out and to be spread on the anvil. Anvil is a big slab, SLAB slab. Anvil is a big slab or a big slate like structure. That is a big stone piece, you can understand, where molten iron is going to be spread, and then as it solidifies, it is just going to be rolled into the form of sheets. So that particular slab or that particular slate like structure is called anvil. कि ये आपको क्या बताया गया कि ऐसी ही एक लंबी डार्क इवनिंग में जब मास्टर ब्लैक स्मिथ जो हेड लोहार था, जब वो अपने असिस्टेंट के साथ में बैठा हुआ था, कहाँ बैठा हुआ था? फोर्ज में। और क्या कर रहा था कि वो भट्टी के सामने बैठा हुआ था और जो पिग आयरन, जो क्रूड आयरन जो उसमें डाला गया था भट्टी में, उसके पिघलने का वेट कर रहा था कि वो पिघल जाए, फिर वो बाहर निकले तो उसको एनविल पे उड़ेल दिया जाता था। एनविल क्या होती हैं? बड़ी बड़ी पत्थर की, जैसे स्लेट टाइप की बड़ी बड़ी पत्थर की फ्लैट जो है शीट टाइप की होती हैं कि जिनके ऊपर पिघला हुआ लोहा उड़ेल दिया जाता है, और जब वो सॉलिडिफाई होने लगता है तब उसको रोल कर दिया जाता है शीट के फॉर्म में। तो ये चीज एनविल होती है। तो इस बात के इंतजार के लिए ये मास्टर ब्लैक स्मिथ और उसका हेल्पर वहां बैठा हुआ था जो है भट्टी के सामने, क्योंकि ये एक आयरन मिल की सीन है। तो तभी कुछ हुआ। तो क्या हुआ उसको हम नेक्स्ट पार्ट में देखेंगे। Every now and then, one of them got up to stir the glowing mass, returning in a few moments, dripping with perspiration. So, what you have been told here, children? That after every short while, after every now and then, one of them means either the blacksmith or his assistant, had to get up, and he had to go to the furnace and he had to stir the burning mass with a long iron rod. So, that is what he was doing. So children, that is something extremely necessary when coal is burning, that time to time it has to be stirred. Quite often you would also have experienced in the village life where the mitti ka chulha burns, where the earthen hearth, that is called hearth, H-E-A-R-T-H, where the earthen hearth burns. It is necessary that somebody goes and stirs the burning coal or firewood, and that is done in order to assure the proper supply of oxygen to the burning mass. तो वही चीज यहां पे भी की जा रही थी कि हर थोड़ी देर पे दोनों में से कोई उठता था और लंबी सी आयरन रॉड लेकर के जाता था और वो जो जलता हुआ कोयला था उसको कुरेदता था। तो ये बहुत जरूरी होता है चूल्हे वगैरह में भी, जब लकड़ी जलती है या कोयला जलता है तो उसको टाइम टू टाइम कुरेदते रहना पड़ता है। और फिर क्या होता था? रिटर्निंग इन अ फ्यू मोमेंट्स ड्रिपिंग विद पर्सपिरेशन, दैट द पर्सन हु हैड बीन गोइंग देयर टू स्टर द बर्निंग मास हैड बीन रिटर्निंग ड्रिपिंग विद पर्सपिरेशन। द पर्सन हैड बीन ड्रिपिंग विद पर्सपिरेशन, ही हैड स्टार्टेड स्वेटिंग, who had been going to stir the burning mass just on account of the extreme heat that is produced from the furnace. On account of the extreme heat that one experiences who goes near to the furnace, the person had started dripping with perspiration, had started sweating. ये बात आपको बताई गई। Though, as was the custom, he wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. So children, what you have been told here, that in spite of the fact that it was the winter season, in spite of the fact that it was the extreme winter season, and on the top of it, the person had not been wearing anything but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes, and yet he had started perspiring, yet he had started sweating. So such was the heat inside the forge, such was the heat near the furnace. So children, you should not be mixing the difference between the furnace and forge. Furnace कि जिसके अंदर कोयला जलता है और लोहा पिघलता है वो फर्नेस है, भट्टी, और फोर्ज वो चैम्बर है जिसके अंदर भट्टी रखी होती है। तो आपको क्या बताया गया कि कस्टमरी ये होता था कि वो आदमी जो कोयले को कुरेदने के लिए जाता था फर्नेस के पास, वो कुछ ज्यादा पहनता भी नहीं था, केवल शर्ट और वुडन शूज पहने रहता था, लेकिन फिर भी जो है उसको इतनी गर्मी लगती थी कि जो है वो पसीना पसीना हो जाता था। तो ये बात आपको यहाँ पे बताई गई। Outside showed the waterfall, and a sharp north wind whipped the rain against the brick-tiled roof. So what you have been told here, children? That there was a lot of noise over there. On the one hand, there was the noise on account of the waterfall. There was a lot of roaring on account of the waterfall. And at the same time, it was also raining cats and dogs. It was also raining heavily. And the north wind was also blowing. And the north wind had been making the raindrops fall onto the brick tiled roof, producing a lot of noise. कि क्या देखा आपने कि वहां पे काफी शोरगुल था. बगल में ही वाटरफॉल था जिसकी झरझर झरझर की आवाज काफी नॉइस पैदा कर रही थी. काफी हैवी बरसात भी हो रही थी और तेज हवा चल रही थी. तेज नॉर्थ विंड ब्लो कर रही थी जो कि रेन ड्रॉप्स को छत के ऊपर फेंक रही थी. और वो छत कैसी थी? ब्रिक टाइल्ड की काफी मजबूत छत थी जिससे कड़कड़ कड़कड़ की आवाज और भी ज्यादा तेज हो जा रही थी. So it was probably on account of all this noise that the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge. So what you have been told that it was probably on account of all this noise that had been happening outside. It was probably on account of all this noise that was there outside. That the waterfall had been roaring. That the raindrops were just falling onto the brick tiled roof. So it was all very noisy. And probably it was on account of all this noise that the blacksmith did not notice that somebody had opened the door and entered the forge. कि शायद इस शोरगुल की वजह से जो ब्लैकस्मिथ था उसने ये नोटिस नहीं किया कि कोई बिना परमिशन दरवाजा खोले अंदर आ गया. Until he stood close up to the furnace. So the blacksmith did not notice the arrival of somebody until the person had been standing very close to the furnace. Until the person was standing really close to the furnace. कि जब तक वो आदमी, वो जो इंट्रूडर था जो बिना परमिशन अंदर आया था, वो जब तक भट्टी के काफी नजदीक नहीं खड़ा हो गया तब तक ब्लैकस्मिथ ने ये देखा नहीं कि कोई आया है. क्योंकि इतना शोर शराबा था बाहर कि उसका ध्यान नहीं गया कि कौन आ रहा है कौन जा रहा है. Surely it was nothing unusual for the poor vagabonds without any better shelter for night to be attracted to the forge by the glow of light which escaped through the sooty panes. So what you have been told here, children, that it was nothing unusual. There wasn't anything unusual about it. Quite often it was happening in this way that the poor vagabonds, that the poor wanderers who hadn't got any better shelter, they had been attracted to the forge. कि जिनके पास कोई बेटर शेल्टर नहीं होता था, ऐसे जो वैगबर्न्स होते थे, ऐसे जो भटकने वाले राहगीर होते थे कि उनके पास कोई बेटर शेल्टर नहीं होता था, तो वो फोर्ज की तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो जाते थे. कैसे? बाय द ग्लो ऑफ लाइट which escaped through the sooty panes. So there was light that was reflecting from the sooty panes onto the outside atmosphere. That inside the forge there was a lot of illumination. Inside the forge there was a lot of lighting, and that lighting escaped through the sooty panes. The panes means the panes of the doors, the panes of the windows that had been sooty, that had been blackened. Sooty means blackened on account of the deposition of coal dust. क्योंकि ये भट्टी थी तो यहाँ पे लगातार कोयला भट्टी में झोंका जाता था, तो उसकी जो डस्ट उड़ती थी वो दरवाजों पे और खिड़कियों पे पूरी तरीके से जम गई थी. तो ये जो पेन्स हैं, इसके जो पटरे थे वो सूटी हो गए थे. लेकिन इन सूटी पटरों से लाइट एस्केप करके, जैसे दो पटरों के बीच में आपने देखा होगा थोड़ा सा गैप रहता है तो लाइट एस्केप कर जाती है. कि अगर आप रूम के बाहर भी हैं लेकिन अगर रूम के अंदर लाइट जल रही है तो बाहर से ये समझ में आ जाता है कि अंदर इल्यूमिनेशन है. तो ऐसी ही हल्की सी रोशनी बाहर की तरफ जाती थी, जिसको देख करके जो ऐसे वैगबर्न्स होते थे, जो ऐसे भटकने वाले राहगीर होते थे जिनके पास कोई बेटर शेल्टर नहीं होता था, तो वो इस फोर्ज की तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो जाते थे. एंड टू कम इन टू वार्म देमसेल्व्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ फायर. एंड दे हैड बीन कमिंग टू वार्म देमसेल्व्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ फायर. दे वांटेड टू वार्म देमसेल्व्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ फायर. दे वांटेड टू वार्म देमसेल्व्स अप. कि वो अपने आप को गर्म करने के लिए आ जाते थे वहां पे.